Hi guys, thanks for stopping by. Here we will be talking about all things pertaining to our food and our farm and our plain and simple life here on our farm. We're going to talk about how we grow our food, how we raise our food, how we preserve our food. And today I wanted to do a video about water kefir. Water kefir can be intimidating because it's a fermented food and a lot of people are afraid of fermenting food. But this is a really good way to get started into ferments. It's a really good probiotic drink because it is a ferment, and it tastes really, really good too. Let's get into how we do it. So this is my water kefir. These are the grains, and you purchase these grains. You can go to Amazon and look for water grains, or you can go to fermentaholics.com, and that's where I got these grains here. I bought these about maybe a year and a half ago. I have given away some out of this because they continue to grow and expand. And what each one of these are is a little colony of yeast and bacteria and how they work together and feed off of sugar and protein. So the liquid in here is water, and I have fed this about 3 days ago with some raw sugar. And raw sugar is sugar that has not had the molasses pulled out of it. It's not quite brown sugar. Brown sugar is a little more fine. Raw sugar is the big granules. But the taste is comparable. It has that molassesy taste. The molasses part has the protein in it, and the sugar part, of course, has the sugar and the calories, and that's what these little guys feed off of. So I'll go through that process after I make the jar for the second ferment. So what I'm going to do from this point on is I'm going to drain off the kefir water from the kefir grains, and I'm going to use a fine mesh sieve just to catch them if they come out. There we go. Put these guys back in the jar. All right. So this is my water kefir. And you can drink it at this point. It's not very fizzy, and it just kind of tastes like sugar water at this point. So I am going to put this for a second ferment in with some fruit juice. And I use these bottles here because they are made for making fizzy drinks. They are a brew bottle. They have the swing top lid, so they are made for handling things under pressure. So I'm going to pour this into here, about halfway with the water kefir, maybe a little bit more. So this will actually make about 2 bottles. And then the juice of my choice, and it has been here lately for quite a while, is either grape juice or grape and cranberry juice. I really love that. It makes a nice red fizzy drink. But you can use apple cider, apple juice, any fruit juice, fruit cocktail, fruit punches, lemonades, pretty much any kind of a fruit juice. And I am going to fill to the shoulder with the grape juice. Okay. Now, because the probiotics are in the water kefir, and that's the first liquid that I put in here, they are still going to continue to ferment. And they are going to ferment this grape juice in here, and because we are going to close it in and not let any of that gas escape, the process of fermentation puts off a carbon dioxide, And because we're going to capture it in here, it's going to disperse through the liquid and make it a carbonated beverage. So we're going to leave this on the counter away from heat for about 2 days, since it's winter time and it's cool on my counter. It's probably 65, 68 degrees in my kitchen. So about 2 days on the counter, and then I'll put it in the refrigerator until I'm ready to drink it. So this one here, I've already drank some of it, but it has went through both fermentation processes, and this is what I'm talking about when I say a fizzy drink. I always keep my hand on it really good in case it does have a lot of pressure. Sometimes they do, sometimes they just have a little bit, but we'll see what this one's got. Startles me every time. Nice little fizzy drink. Okay. And that will continue to ferment in here as well at a very slow rate because it is in the refrigerator. So each time that I open this, it's going to give that little psst sound because it will continue to collect pressure in this bottle. So now, when you first get your grains, this is what you're going to start with. You put these in here in a jar, a nice wide mouth jar I like because I can get down in there if I need to, clean the jar or whatever. But you are going to use non-chlorinated water. You can either get that out of your refrigerator if you have a filtered water spout thing on your refrigerator, or you can put tap water into a jar and set it on your countertop for a day or two, and all the chlorine and stuff will evaporate out. So I am going to fill this jar about halfway up with my water. And then I'm going to get my raw sugar and feed it. So here's what my raw sugar looks like. And you can use brown sugar, you can use regular sugar. I always add a protein in there, so I would put some molasses in there with plain sugar, but you don't have to put molasses in there with the raw sugar or the brown sugar. And for about 2 cups of water, I'm going to put about 4 teaspoons of my raw sugar. Give it a little mix up. You can cover this with a rag and a rubber band. You can cover it with some saran wrap. You just want to cover it loosely because it will be producing some gases, and we're not ready to make a carbonated beverage out of it just yet. I use a pickle pipe, that's what this thing's called, and it has a slit in the nipple there where the gases can escape. But main thing, you just keep the dust and dirt and stuff like that out of your kefir water. So this will sit on the counter for 1 to 2 days as well. In the summertime, it may be less than that. It depends on how hot your kitchen gets. If it's like over 70, 75 degrees, then it may just be 1 day on the counter. If it's 80, 90 degrees in your house, then you may just do a few hours. Then you'll do the second step process, which we just went through, where we pour it off, put the juice in with it, and put it in the swing top bottle. And then this process here, same thing. If it's hot in your kitchen, then you would only do it, maybe 6 hours, 12 hours, maybe 1 day, depending on how hot your kitchen is. In the winter time right now, it's nice and cool. Like I said, it's about 65 in here. And I'll leave this out for about 2 days because I want a nice good fizzy drink, and then I put it in the refrigerator, and that slows the process way down so that we don't have bottles exploding and things like that. But there you go, that's Water Keifer. See the fizz on top? Beautiful fizzy drink. Thanks for watching, guys.